Happy MLK Day. Don't forget NBA games start today at 12 o'clock noon, so sit back and enjoy those. Today, you are getting your typical every single Monday morning recap of the Fanatics weekly auction. This is auction number 156, and we are going to look at the biggest and the baddest cards that sold last night. I'm going to ring the heck out of that cowbell. Jordan, Kobe, LeBron, Steph, the usual suspects, but once again, I am astonished at the ultra-modern prospect that was the last one standing last night, the highest selling card, and it wasn't even close, was an ultra-modern prospect again. Stay tuned, watch the video, enjoy your week. It's going to snow in Baton Rouge, Louisiana tomorrow. Chaos will ensue. We'll talk more about that in the video. Enjoy. If you've got a bunch of unwanted inventory that you've been sitting on for days, weeks, months, years, ship it to Fanatics Marketplace and let them do all the work. Just make sure when you ship it, you use the promotional code Cajun, all capital letters, C-A-J-U-N. Hey guys, Bryan with Cajun Cardboard coming at you from the great state of Louisiana. Do me a favor, if you haven't already done so, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button so you can get these weekly auction recaps every single Monday morning. 6 videos a week, sometimes 7 videos every single week. I am your most consistent hobby content creator in the world. Let's do it. Let's just get cranking. There's a lot to talk about, and there's a lot of records being broken, including the first card that we're going to kind of look up in Card Ladder. But let's start at the bottom. We're looking through the top 48 basketball cards that sold last night on January 19th on Fanatics Collect Weekly Auction, which has become the premier go-to place for me to lose auctions. I'm just kidding. I am not winning anything. And it's probably because the types of cards and the player that I collect is pretty popular and doing very well right now. The first card we'll look at is a 2018 Panini Noir Spotlight Luka Doncic PSA 9. This is a rookie. It is an auto. And this card sells for $5,280. Next to it, we've got your 2009 Topps Chrome Steph Curry. Serial number to 999, as you know. This BGS 9 sold for $5,280 as well. And then the third card that sold for $5,280 is a card that I am very fond of. It is the BGS 9.5. This is a minimum gem copy. For those of you that don't know, it's Jordan on the front, but it's also the great Kobe Bean Bryant on the back as well. This is one of two-sided Kobe Jordan refractors. Of course, most of you guys who collect 90 stuff are familiar with the other, which would be the Topps East-West. This is the one that sort of gets forgotten. Check this out. 31 bids last night. That screwed up my deal. 31 bids last night, and this card goes for $5,280. Guess what? That's the all-time record, highest price ever paid, not close. It is a BGS 9.5 min gem, obliterates the record that was set way back in 2020, also on Fanatics Weekly Auction. This in BGS 9.5 is a pop 32. Shout out to the great Shaquille O'Neal. There are 12 PSA 10s out there. That makes it a pop 44. What a big time card. One of 2 dual-sided refractor Jordan Kobe cards from the 90s. So let's just start it off with a record. How about that? Next, we've got, guess what? Another record. The 2005 Finest X-Fractor Kobe Gold. These were serial number to 29. This is number 1 out of 29. This one is also a min gem. It's a pop 3. It sold for $5,400 last night, and there's your all-time record for that. Almost, well, 3 times the highest price ever paid for this card. And so this is, again, Kobe is chaotic right now. I don't collect Kobe. I only own a couple of Kobe cards because they're part of sets that I collect. But I do stay attuned to the Kobe market, and usually Kobe sort of parallels Jordan to some extent. He's usually a little bit behind as far as, you know, when those markets start to run. But we've got some really interesting stuff going on with Kobe right now. We've got, you know, remember the Kobe spike was really late 2021, 2022 when that perfect storm of events hit, and unfortunately his tragic passing was part of those, part of that perfect storm. Well, now we're looking at a card that's broken the all-time record, right? Most Kobe records were broken in 2022. This used to be the case for this card. This one sells for $5,400. Again, it's a pop 3, guys. It's a pop 3 out there. Gorgeous, gorgeous card with that checkerboard starburst pattern in the background. They called this starburst for a couple years in Prism, and now I don't know what they call it now, because I think they did away with it. But there's another Kobe record right there. Next to that, we've got a next day auto. Luka Doncic, BGS 9. It does 5520. And then let's look up another Kobe. This is his 97 Flair Showcase Legacy Collection Row 0 PSA 8. We're going to see, I think, 3 Kobe Legacy collections in one auction. A lot of Kobe stuff is being sold recently. And I'm guessing it's sellers, consigners coming out of the woodwork because his cards are doing pretty damn well, right? Maybe they bought in 2022. Maybe they're just super upside down and they're like, I got to sell it at some point. What's a better time than right now when it appears that important 90s Kobe stuff is starting to run? 5520 for this PSA 8 Row 0. What a card, by the way. We know the Jordan. The Jordan's amazing. This is the Kobe all-time record for a PSA 8. The only sale of a PSA 8 that I could find when I look up Kobe Legacy Row 0 PSA 8, which is a pretty broad search. That's what I'm pulling up. There's 6 of those. There are 20 graded higher. Again, remember, these are serial numbered to 100. 5520 is the all-time record as far as I can tell. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. Another Kobe X-Fractor, serial number to 10 from 2006. This one does 5520 and a 7.5 slab. A really good-looking LeBron Ultimate Collection. BGS 8.5 patch autograph. This is a pop 2. It does 5520. Let's look up the blue collar grade for the 1996 cut above. Of course, this is a Jordan hierarchy card that all of y'all should be familiar with. This PSA 8 cut above last night did $5,640. There's the card right there. Not a great picture, not a great sample picture there on Card Ladder. This is a pop 53. Check this out. Over the last 2 years, there's been 10 sales. This is the highest. So this is a card that is on the move. So I know your next question is going to be, well, is it the all-time highest? And the answer is no, it is not the all-time highest. This graph looks a little Kobe-like, to be quite honest with you. This is usually what the Kobe graphs look like, where cards are spiking, peaking, 2021, late 2021, 2022, stuff like that. This card, no exception. This looks like a Kobe graph, but it is recovering just like the Kobe cards are over the last 2 years. It's up 91%, guys. It's a card you could have got into for $2,900 less than 2 years ago, and now it is selling for $5,640. Who said basketball cards are not investments? It doesn't have to always be PSA 10. Don't get caught up in that misconception that only PSA 10 cards are good investments. That is not the case. And by the way, the hell with investing, just collecting. Wouldn't it be nice if you were putting this card into your PC long-term for $2,900 2 years ago instead of $5,640? So just something to remember. Somebody graded a Jordan card from the 90s, an important one, in a CSG slab. I have no idea why. Maybe somebody went through an old shoebox, didn't know anything about the hobby. Here you go. You got a CSG 10 Hot Shots Michael Jordan that sold for $5,880. A Kobe Bryant Blue 2013 Prism autograph. These things are rare. Guess what? They're serial numbered to 5. I don't think a lot of people realize the red and the blue. I think they're both serial numbered to 5. I might be wrong on that, but 2013 is my favorite year of Prism aesthetically. Of course, I think 2012 is the most probably the most important year of Prism, but 2013, those cards are just gorgeous. There's something about them, so much border. I think that's what it is. It's like super, super border, right? Tons of border. This is a Pop 1, PSA 9, 5880. I didn't look it up. That may very well be an all-time record as well, because I can't imagine very many of those have sold. BGS 8.5 LaMelo Rookie Patch Auto, serial number to 25. This card does 6,000. Of course, we've seen 2 LaMelo Ball cards sell recently on the alt auction platform for over 6 figures. Yes, over $100,000. What about my guy? What about my MVP leader, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, for playing for one of the best teams in the NBA? This is his Blue Ice Color Match, serial number to 99, PSA 10. This card sells for $6,300. I'm telling you, it still sounds too cheap. It still sounds too cheap. Pop 34, shout out to the great Charles Barkley. This is the all-time record. Yeah, there are ultra modern cards that are breaking all-time records, even higher than 2021. Here's your 2021. You could take that and shove it, because this card last night goes for $6,300. The all-time record, highest price ever paid for this blue ice color match, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and I have a feeling the next one might break that record. He's just in that mold, and he's on that trajectory, and everything is going right for them. Wait till they get that skeleton Chet Holmgren back on the court. They're going to be unbeatable. They are going to be a factor in this year's NBA title. I know they haven't been there, done that yet, but they're about to be there and do that. That's what I'm thinking. Them and the Celtics, it's going to be an epic matchup, and I'm not counting out the Cavs and all the other teams in the West that could sneak in. And plus, we have the trade deadline coming up very soon, so who knows what's going to happen. Maybe there'll be a new big three. Maybe there'll be a big four. Who knows? BGS 7.5 Steve Nash PMG Red. Anytime a PMG Red sells, it's news, right? And we don't know if it's a Nash collector. We don't know if it's a set collector. I don't think this is a great sale, guys. Here's your card right here. It's a BGS 7.5, sold for $6,900, and it looks right because the last BGS 8 sold for $73.20, so it looks right. But if you just go back to March of last year, I mean, what is that? That's 10 months ago. You look at a PSA 5, it sold for $13,200. Maybe that is just the reach. Maybe this PSA 5 was the reach, but it's probably a good-looking new label PSA 5. I don't know, but a PSA 5 selling for $13,000 and then a BGS 7.5 selling for $6,900 doesn't make a lot of sense, because you could certainly crack the BGS 7.5 and go get a PSA 5. Quite likely, not guaranteed, but quite likely. That's a 2.5 number drop. That's about right. So interesting sale there. Let me know in the comments what you think about PMGs. Are they flattening? Are they on the rise? Are they on the downtick? Let me know what you think. X Factor LeBron Chalk Toss 288 PSA 10 does 6,900. Kareem, Magic, and Kobe. Would you have rather had AC Green on here? Can you find a way to get Kurt Rambis and AC Green on one of these triple autos? I'm just kidding. The three greatest Lakers of all time. Of course, you got Elgin Baylor. Of course, you got LeBron James. Of course, you've got Wilt Chamberlain. Of course, you got Jerry West. Of course, I mean, dude, there's so many great Lakers to choose from. These are three pretty good ones. These are close to the three greatest of all time. Probably historically ranking them, you got Shaq. This is probably the three greatest Lakers of all time. All of them are top 8 players of all time, and a couple of them are top 4, probably top 5. 2008 Upper Deck Black Gold Magic, serial number 3, 6,900. That's probably a record. I didn't look it up. Sorry. I know you want more cowbell. Tracy McGrady makes his first appearance in the Fanatics Weekly Recap. This 2009 Exquisite Collection. God, what a patch, man. The S on Rockets, I'm guessing. Limited logo. Serial number 213. BGS 7. Pop 1 does 6,900. And then the 2012 Flawless Team Emerald Auto Kobe. Serial number 5 does 7,200. Next to it, somehow in between Tracy McGrady, Kareem, Magic, Kobe, Jordan, LeBron. Tell me what doesn't fit. Jonathan Kuminga. PSA 9, 10 for the autograph. This is his serial number 10 gold RPA. I think people are starting to, what's the word? Not sour, but maybe Kuminga's prices are starting to stagnate a little bit, maybe come back to the field. He's a I think a very likely candidate at the trade deadline. Maybe he goes off. Maybe he gets traded to the Wizards and pulls a Jordan Poole and just goes bananas, right? The Wizards seem to be where Golden State players who are discontent go to die with Jordan Poole over there. Maybe Kuminga's next. I don't know. Maybe he gets traded to a team where he can just shoot it a billion times from the mid-range, which is what he likes to do. $7,500 for that Kuminga gold. 8.5 Jordan True rookie number 57 does 7,500. Pack pulled rookie there, by the way. 2008 Upper Deck Black Inscriptions LeBron James serial number 25. Love that silver. That's just a good looking card. Let's get in here and look at this card. I don't know anything about this card. I find myself drawn to these black inscriptions. The Upper Deck Black had a lot of really good looking autograph cards, especially when the player really nails it on the Sharpie autograph, and this is no exception. This is a killer card right here. It's a PSA 6 with a 10 for the auto, but you can see how much people wanted it. There's 77 bids on this thing, guys. And $7,700 that card does, $7,500 last night. Wembanyama, courtside zebra prism. Victor Wembanyama, a lot of people don't know this. This is made of actual zebra skin from the plains of Africa. They take this, I'm just kidding. Zebra print, Prism Victor, BGS 9.5 does $7,800. This is a Pop 1. That's probably an all-time record. I don't know. I've never looked it up, but it's a Pop 1, so I'm sure it is. You could probably ring the bell on that. 96 Flair Showcase Kobe Legacy. So here's the second Legacy collection I think we've looked at. This is the 96. So first year, this is a rookie Kobe Legacy collection, which would explain why it sold for more than the last Legacy collection we just looked at. This 96 row 1 does... there it is right there. Again, rookie Kobe, 8,100. That is a big jump over the last sale, down from 2022. So again, always difficult to kind of measure what's going on in the Kobe market. I think it's a great indicator that this card is up from about 7 months ago, 8 months ago when it sold for 68. It's a pretty noticeable jump from that number, but still we're not getting to 2022 prices. And by the way, this is what I keep talking about with the Kobe market. You got to understand, there's people out there who bought this card that sold last night for $8,000 that we're calling that a good sale. There's people out there that paid $34,600 for the same card, same grade. That's lunacy, right? That's insanity. 801, let's just make sure it's not the same one. God, for God's sakes. Okay, a new feature on Card Ladder. If there's a 1 bar for the confidence meter, you guys see where my cursor is over here, Card Ladder value. I want to know what Card Ladder thinks this card's worth today, right? Somebody paid $34,000 in 2021. Card Ladder has now, you've got to click in. They want to make damn sure that you understand, hey, we're going to give you what we think this card is worth approximately today, but we have very little confidence because it hasn't sold in so long. The card hadn't sold since May 4th. So there's a confidence meter of 1, but now you've got to go a step further and actually click in. They think it's worth $11,000. Well, I think it's worth $8,100 because it just happened personally. So it is what it is. Let me know what you think. Paolo Banchero, bronze patch auto from National Treasures, BGS 9.5, Pop 1 does 8,400. And let's move on to page 1. God, we're still on page 2. Lord, this is going to be a long video. All right, here we go. Sorry, don't want to spoil it. Here we go. Card number 24, Kobe Bryant Gold Refractor from 2005 Chrome. Love it, wearing the Minneapolis retro throwbacks. I've got it pulled up. There it is. What a card. What an image with the not-so-great Paul Pierce in the background. Kobe pissed on Paul Pierce almost every time they played, as it should be. 8,400 is a good jump over the last sale of 7,100. But again, we always got to be careful with the Kobe stuff because if you scroll back, just like we did with the last one, this card has sold for 10,800. So not quite as egregious a disparity between the old 2022 and the current 2025. 8,400 for that Kobe Topps Chrome Gold last night. Finally, we get to look up an MJ, and this is a card that you'll find in the hierarchy. Why? Because it's serial number to 250. It's the 97 Flair Showcase Row 0. People don't understand. This is the only Flair Showcase Jordan playing years card that is serial numbered, that is not a legacy. So this is the, theoretically, it's the base. I mean, you could call it a parallel, you can call it a base. People argue about whether all the Flair Showcase, non-row 2s are parallels. I mean, it's an argument that everybody can talk about, but it is a card you will find in the hierarchy, but it's not the big boy, right? We know the Legacy Collection Row 0 is the big boy, so this is just the base slash, serial number 250 parallel, whatever you want to call it. This card in a BGS 9.5, this is a minimum gem, sold last night for $8,700. I thought I had it pulled up. Maybe I didn't. There it is right there. Pop 31. Shout out to Reggie Miller. Here's your chart, right? Steady Eddie wins the race. Over the last 2 years, it's sold 6 times. It sold for an average of 8,300. Last night was 8,700. That's a good trend for me. Up 16%. It looked like it dipped down to 75. Now it's jumped back up to 8,700. Let's look at the all-time chart. It looks very Kobe-esque. 2021, somebody, needed to pump the brakes, but this card ran, look at this, in a 2-year period from 1,700 to 11,320. I don't think we're getting back to the 1,700. If they did, I'd buy 12 of them. Stitches in Time, Jordan, BGS 9, 10 for the autograph, does 9,000. We've got a very interesting looking noir, I don't know. I don't even know what to make of. What is Tim Duncan doing here? He's wearing that orange Hall of Fame jacket. He's got dreads. It's weird to see Tim Duncan in dreads. I just never thought I'd see that. He just seems so boring, right? I just never thought he'd have any type of exciting hairstyle or anything out of the ordinary. But Seeing Tim Duncan with dreads makes me, pretty much confirms he smokes a hell of a lot of weed every day. But this is his autograph 2023 Noir Ceremonial. Orange platinum something. I don't know what's going on there. Weird looking card, weird looking, just get it graded and maybe we'll understand a little bit better. But Tim Duncan, greatest power forward to ever do it, at least in my opinion. He is $9,000 for that card. High voltage 500 Jordan, nice chance to get into a huge Jordan hierarchy card, serial numbered, playing years from the 90s, super sought after, huge demand in a low grade. I love it. I love this mood. I love the move of getting into huge Jordan cards at very low grades, because I think at some point the hobby will be more educated on the 90s stuff and understand the card supersedes the grade. And while higher graded, epic Jordan hierarchy, huge tier 1, tier 2 cards should sell for more, I don't think the disparity is appropriate right now. I think there's too much emphasis placed on grade right now. So I love this pickup. $9,300 for this high voltage PSA 6. Kobe Bryant, another legacy collection. So I think this is the last one we're going to look at. This is his 96. So again, a rookie, row 2, serial number to 150. This is a PSA 7, and it does 9,900. Where is it? I had it. There it is right there. And this is an all-time record, $9,900, exceeds 2022, exceeds by a large measure 2023. This is a huge number here, $9,900 for this one, but it is what it is. Let me know what you think about that one in the comments. Big sale right there for that Kobe legacy. Kevin Durant's exquisite noble nameplates, BGS 9, does $10,200. Who the hell collects Kevin Durant? I want to hear from you guys in the comments. We never see Kevin Durant cards in these auction recaps. We never see him on Mondays. We never see him on Fridays. We never talk about Kevin Durant. Where is he? Is he somewhere between 12 and 25 historically all time? Have y'all just not forgiven him for the team hopping thing when he joined the Warriors? Is it just because he's had an injury-plagued history, although he's been relatively healthy recently and putting up astounding numbers? When we go back and look at his career when it ends in probably 4 to 5 years, he's going to be very high on the list of all-time leading scorers, and everybody's going to wonder, God, what if he hadn't been hurt all those years? And I say all those years, on and off for a good measure there of his prime. What if he hadn't team hopped? I don't know. I don't know where he ends up. Kevin Durant, Russell Westbrook, James Harden, Kawhi Leonard, first ballot Hall of Famers. Where are these guys going to end up in the collecting community? Where are they in the hobby? We know where they're kind of going to end up, right, in the basketball world because their careers are winding down, but where are they going to end up in the collecting community, in the hobby? I don't know what I'm looking at here. I really don't. It was almost like they went to a kindergarten class and said, make your own card. And this is the best that they could do. It's a 2023 Topps Cosmic Chrome First Flight, not licensed, signatures, autograph, superfractor, 1 of 1. I don't even know what that is. 41 bids. Shout out to Dirk Nowitzki. That's what happened. 10,200 on that, whatever it is. This looks like a really bad copy. Again, forgive me if you were the buyer of this. To me, this card looks to me like it is faded. And it sold for $10,200. It's actually up from 2022. Of course, it's Kobe, and so you can kind of look. Fanatics got a little sales history just on Fanatics of what this card in this grade has sold for. It's been as high as $24,000, so $10,200 doesn't really surprise me right there. That, to me, the card does, it looks like it's a little sun-dried, a little bit color faded to me. And then this is a card, I don't know anything about this card. I have never seen this card in my life, but right when I saw it, I was like, yeah, I'm with it, right? This is a card right here. It's die cut in some crazy way. It's a PSA 8. It's the 1999 Fleer Focus SOAR Subjects, SOAR Subjects, not the Diddy type of SOAR Subjects, the Kobe SOAR Subjects. Vivid, number 24 out of 50, PSA 8, Pop 6, none graded higher. It's probably an all-time record. Again, I'm sorry I'm not ringing that bell, but I'm not looking up every single card. Next to it, we got a Kobe Kaboom. 2013. I think this is the first year Kaboom. I'm not sure, but somebody out there who's a Kaboom lover can correct me. Cartoon people everywhere. That's what it looks like over the last 2 years. Pop 61. What about all time? Well, it's Kobe. So like I said, this is what the Kobe graphs usually look like. 15,000 in 2021. 10,000 last night. It's a really big sale, guys. That is the highest sale since that epic sale in February of 2021, which was peak bubble city. Guys, that's a huge sale last night, 10,500. You guys let me know in the comments what you think about that. More Kobe. Kobe and guarded by LeBron, serial number 288. PSA 10 does 10,800. This is the X Fractor. Next to that, we've got a big sale here. I did get a message. For what it's worth, I'm just going to convey information. I got a message from a gentleman that messages me regular on Instagram, and thank you. And I always, all of you guys are welcome to do this. If you were the buyer of a card and you want to catch me Sunday night before I do these Monday auction recaps, just to let me know, hey man, I bought that card, I bid on that card, I paid for that card. It always helps, right? I'm going to pass it along. Again, I'm taking somebody's word for it that I've never met, but we've messaged before. I think this is a legit sale. It's an old label, but it's the 98 Bowman's Best Kobe Atomic. These are serial number to 100. Let's look at this history because we just saw one of these sell for I think is just a stupid number, like a crazy number, right? But this is serial numbered to 100. 11,400 was the number last night. Here's the card. Gorgeous card. Just a beautiful card. Here's that sale I was telling you about. On January 5th, on this very same auction house, Fanatics Weekly, the same exact card sold for $17,400. Now remember, just 4 months ago, cards sold for $7,200, $7,500, which were up sales, right? Those are moving to up into the right sales, 7,000. Then it goes 17,400. Now it comes back to 11,400. You guys are going to have to weigh in. Let me know what you think about all this chaos. Is 11,400 a great sale? It is compared to the 17,400. Is it compared to the 72 and the 7,500 that it was 4 months ago? What changed in the Kobe market over the last 4 months? I don't know. I don't know. Interesting sale right there. Gorgeous card. Not a rookie card, 98, but it is an atomic and it is serial number to 100, which really makes it special. Let's look at the pop report on this. 39 of them been graded by PSA. 36% gem rate. Pretty high gem rate. So anyway, great card, great sale right there. Next to that, we got a card that I can kind of get with, right? Even though it's not licensed, I would never buy it, right? But another Wembanyama unlicensed 1 of 1. This is from Mercury, which is the product that everybody talked about for about 45 seconds, and then no one's ever talked about it again. But this apparition, you can tell me right now, this apparition's autograph is serial numbered 1 out of 1. So Superfractor is being thrown around and put on every single card in the market right now. So in case you haven't noticed, Topps has decided to put the word Superfractor on every single card, every variation, every product, and it's being thrown around because people like to say the word Superfractor. It sounds really cool. It's a great name. 11,700 for that Wembanyama Apparitions auto. A dual auto Jordan LeBron. I know this is big at TWSS. It's number PSA 7, 9 for the autograph. This card's serial number to 10, 12,600 for that dual on card. I think it's on card. Dual on card auto last night. Is it? I don't know. Somebody help me out. No, it looks like a sticker. 2 stickers. Okay, so sticker auto, sticker dual auto right there. Next, we got SGA, right? The aforementioned leading MVP candidate. His gold contenders optic, serial number to 10. Autograph rookie card does 13.8. Luka Doncic Ruby horizontal BGS 9 patch auto does 13.8. And then we can look this up because we've seen this sale often. We look this up every single time. Why? Because we just want to know what the hell's going on in the Wembanyama market. Even if you don't have a dog in this hunt and you're not swimming in those waters, you want to know what's going on so you can say, I told you so either way, right? You're either I told you so or I told you so. It doesn't matter. If it does good, does bad. It's a very polarizing topic, buying cards of players like Wembanyama, because a lot of times, people are going to be like, well, you saw what happened to Zion, the same thing's going to happen to Wembanyama. Well, not necessarily. Zion doesn't have the same appetite as Zion, and he's proven to be damn healthy so far, despite his frame. Let's look it up. All right, stop talking, Cajun. Here it is. There it is. The orange serial number to 49, PSA 10. This is a pop what? Every one of them grades. Yeah, it's a 75% gem rate, for God's sakes. That's insane. 17,600 is what the highest it's ever sold for. Last night's sale was pretty damn good, to be quite honest with y'all. 15,600 if we sort it by date. That's up from the last sale, up from the sale before, up from the sale before, up from the sale before, up, up. You got to go all the way back to get to a sale that wasn't higher than 15.6. So I would consider last night's sale a raging success for that seller and that consigner. Fanatics Weekly does it again. SP Game Used Materials, Jordan Patch, serial number 25, BGS 9 does 16.8. And then a 2005 Upper Deck Trilogy Duo Marks. This is Jordan and LeBron again. This is a PSA 7, again with a 9 for the auto. This card does 17.4. And oh my gosh, what is this card? We have not seen one of these sell in one of these, at least I don't recall. I haven't seen a Star 101 sell in a really, really long time. This card really looks to have some problems up here in the top right. What are the corners? 8. Okay, I never would have guessed that. Maybe they're considering that surface issues and not corner issues, but it looks like there's some serious problems up there. Centering is also not very good. Pop 35, shout out to Kevin Durant. This BGS 6.5 does 17.4, so we finally get to revisit the Star 101 and see how it's doing in one particular grade today. It is down. So 1, 2, 3, since the pump and dump super hype that was done by some figures in the hobby, the card is down from what, 28. So let's see. This is a 1-year trend. You ready? 10,000, 11,000, 11,000. It jumped to 28 during pump and dump. It stayed at 28 during pump and dump. Then it dropped massively down to 22, dropped again to 20, and now it's down at 17,400. So we'll keep our eye on that and see where it goes next. That's just the BGS 6.5 we're talking about, okay? Top 3 cards, here they are. And did I lie? I told you it was going to be an ultramodern prospect obliterating. In fact, adding up to the aggregate of cards number 2 and 3, which are Jordan and Kobe, by the way. Alperen Şengün does it, you magnificent bastard. 97 Thunder and Lightning, Kobe Bryant, Pop 9. These cards glow in the dark, people. Do you know how sexy that is? These cards glow in the dark. 19,200. There's the card. Pop 9, like we talked about. Check it out. That's Jordan's USA jersey number. Shout out to Jordan. All-time high. Boom. Kobe Bryant. Screw 2021. I am going to the top of the mountain. $19,200. It sounds bananas, but I think the Jordan sold for over $30,000 in a PSA 10. Correct me if I'm wrong. Somebody can double check that. But look at the trend on this card. It's just nuts. 2019. Are you serious? This is a $400 card in 2019. Good night. It's up 21,000%. It's up 42%. This is the all-time record, people. So Kobe Bryant, Thunder and Lightning, all-time record. Congrats, buyer, but really more congrats to the seller. BGS 9, I own this card in this grade. This is the 98 Skybox Molten Metal Fusion. Of course, the Titanium's big brother, serial number to 40. These Fusions, however, were serial numbers only 250, and the BGS 9 silver on silver label just looks really good. Again, the image of Jordan in the background right here is laser cut into the card. 37 bids, fast and furious last night, 24,600. Here's your card, Pop 42. Shout out to the great Vin Baker. What are we talking about? Are we talking about an all-time record? We're talking about a 2-year high, and it's not even close. $24,600. I did a trade with one of the biggest and the baddest dealers, Andy Albert, at the Chicago National, what is that now, a year and a half ago, and we valued the card at $10,000 back then. The card just sold for $24,600. Holy moly, not an all-time record. Kobe Graph. 2021, somebody's into this for $34,000 in 2021, but it looks to be trending in the right direction. I would say if you look at it over the last 2 years, it's up 86%. That is a Tier 2 Jordan Hierarchy card if I've ever seen one. If you don't know what I'm talking about with the Hierarchy cards, please do me a favor, dig a little deeper on this YouTube channel and go buy yourself a Cajun Cardboard Michael Jordan Hierarchy poster. It's a 3-foot by 2-foot glossy front and back with all the pack odds of all the cards, over 300 of Michael Jordan's best and baddest cards from the 80s and 90s. You won't be disappointed. I've got 2 tubes over here with multiple posters in each order that I need to ship out. But as I mentioned, I forgot to visit this. It's going to snow tomorrow in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I've lived here since 1983. That's 41 years, even in South Louisiana with Cajun math. 41 years I've lived here. I think it snowed 4 times. So you're basically looking at once a decade. And tomorrow it's supposed to be like 5 inches of snow and it's 100%. My kids' brains are about to explode right now. It's going to be chaos. You will not catch me doing any videos, although I'll have one already scheduled, ready to rock and roll. So you're going to get a video from me. Anyway, go buy your Cajun Cardboard hierarchy poster before Snowmageddon down here in Louisiana. 2021 National Treasures Patch Auto Shingun. This is it. This is the card. $52,800. I can't believe it. That is nuts. You have got to really like this guy. That is a really big number. A lot of people are calling Shingun like Nikola Jokic light. I didn't look the card up. I just looked up Shingun. I just wanted to see. You're not going to believe this. This is not the all-time record for a Shingun card. Someone has made $59,000 for an ungraded Alperen Shingun Panini Flawless Logo Auto. So National Treasures Logo Auto, $52,800. Flawless Logo Auto, $59,700. That is $111,000 worth of Shingunness. Shingunness. Is that a word? Shingunness? That is a huge number. People call him Jokic 2.0. Kid's good, man. And the Rockets are on the up. But what is the highest price paid for a Jokic card? Okay, so Jokic has had 5 cards ever sell for more. No, he's had, that's not really a Jokic card. Jokic has had 3 cards. Jokic has only had 3 cards sell for more than this Alperen Shingun card. Jokic, 3 individual cards. Let that sink in. Something doesn't seem right there. But I guess if you're in, you're in. If you're in it, get in it to win it. Shingun sells $52,800. Dominates last night's Fanatics weekly auction. I think I said it was auction number 156. It's not. It's auction number 157. So shame on me for getting that wrong. Guys, if you want to sell your cards on Fanatics Weekly, if you want me to ring this damn bell right here, do me a favor, support the channel. Use the promo code Cajun when you submit your cards. It doesn't get any easier to submit cards. You literally just go in the top right, hit submit cards. I want to sell on Fanatics. You tell them what cards you have. You don't even have to itemize it. You could throw them in a box. Just obviously package it safely. You're going to fill out a submission sheet. There's going to be a little field that's going to say enter promo code CAJUN, all capital letters. You'll get a little green check mark. The cards will go in. I have got a standing offer. Anybody who sells a big boy card in the Premier auction or a 5-figure type card in one of these Fanatics Weekly, if you want me to help you promote the card, send me a screenshot of you using the promo code Cajun and you got me. I'm at your service. We'll work together. I'll put a direct link to your card to make sure it gets as many eyeballs as possible. We'll make damn sure it doesn't get overlooked, which it's not going to get overlooked on Fanatics Weekly Auction anyway. I'll post it all over Instagram, all over Facebook. We'll talk about it on the YouTube video. I'll make sure your card gets as much exposure ever. I'm basically the fit, younger, white Don King of the basketball card hobby, right? I remember how Don King, the dude with the black dude with the crazy hair, back in the day used to promote the fights and he'd say outrageous stuff. Well, I'm not going to say outrageous stuff. I'm only going to tell the truth, but I'm basically the Don King for the hobby. If you want to sell your basketball cards on Fanatics Collect Weekly auctions or Premier auctions for that matter, give me a heads up when your card's ending. Give me 4 or 5 days before your auction ends. We'll post a picture of your card on my Instagram story, Instagram page, on YouTube. We'll talk all about it. We'll make sure you guys and your cards get as much as possible. After all, you're scratching my back using the promo code Cajun, which is the primary way I'm compensated for providing you guys with the most consistent content in the hobby. I'm going to scratch your back. We're going to talk about your card. We're going to get your card up. We'll talk about it when it sells. We'll talk about it when you buy it. We'll talk about it before to make sure everybody puts eyeballs on it. That's enough talking about me. You can support the channel in a myriad of ways, many, many different ways. There is a buffet of ways you can support this Cajun Cardboard channel. I don't charge a subscription fee. I don't do a Patreon. I don't hold back any of my content. It's open and out there for everybody. The only thing I ask is that you try to support the channel in one of the enumerated ways in the YouTube description to this very video. Or, you know what? You can hit the like button, subscribe button, and you can share a link to this in any video that you see on the channel with your friends. I'm trying to grow this thing. I want to do this thing full time one day. I don't think that's in the near future, but you never know, one day, maybe. Thank you guys as always for watching. Enjoy Snowmageddon. If you don't hear from me again, it's because I got snowed to death. I don't know what that means, but it's possible down here in Louisiana. People freak out. You guys don't understand what's happening down here. Tomorrow is going to be, they close everything, right? If you see a snowflake, how about this? It doesn't even need to snow. If the temperature gets below 32 in Louisiana, they close everything. Schools, I have my employees are like, oh, do we have to go to work? You know, people can't drive. They freak the hell out. Like something happens magically between 33 degrees and 32 degrees where we just don't go to work and school down here. We're just weird Cajun people down here, and it is what it is. So tomorrow is truly going to be fun. Hopefully I'll get some videos and pictures of the kids in the snow, and you guys can check that out. My kids in the snow, by the way. Thank you guys for watching. Keep collecting, stay positive in the hobby, and peace.